Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Hooking Up. And this is a new rom-com from director Nico Reino, who also wrote the film along with Lauren Shasher. And this film is starring Brittany Snow, famous for Pitch Perfect, and Sam Richardson. Brittany Snow plays Darla, who is a sex addict, works as a sex columnist. And, she gets fired from her job for having sex with an intern, and she has sex with the guy running the group that she's supposed to be going to work on these things. And then she runs into this man who's going to a cancer group, and he's played by Sam Richardson. And he's in a situation where his longtime girlfriend, like back home sweetheart, wants to see other people. He is dealing with testicular cancer. And, him and Brittany Snow's character decide to go on this trip so that she can have sex with him in all the places where she had sex with her other lovers, so she could reach step 8 of this group process of dealing with sex addiction. And it's one of those high concept kind of comedy ideas, and you're just like, that sounds stupid. And here's the thing. Most of the comedy in this film I felt fell flat. I didn't really laugh at all, really, during this film, and it felt like it was really going for low-hanging fruit and dirty sex jokes, and there was this part where it's like you're supposed to be hitting this emotional climax of the film, and it was a running gag of this one girl's finally going to be able to talk about her experiences with cancer. When she finally actually talks, she's like, well, I was sitting on this bench in Amsterdam, Fault in Our Stars. So that was a weird reference, but they keep interrupting her. And it's just like, oh, but I got to say this thing. Oh, I got to say this before you start there. And it's just like, come on, stop. And that doesn't really work. And the film winds up falling into a lot of cliches of rom-coms. Because, of course, what's going to happen to these two characters as they go on this trip? Is anyone really thinking about, oh, I'm not sure. But they fall into a lot of those tropes. Honestly, what really worked about this film is some more of the dramatic moments. And Brittany Snow gets a couple of moments where she gets to really dial into some emotion and look at trauma, her relationship with her mother, who's also probably a sex addict, and their dynamic as they share some scenes later in the film. But you also get this moment where she breaks down and really shows what this has done to her and the impact on her. You have moments where Sam Richardson steps up for himself and has to really put himself out there. The film, unfortunately, messes up some of these scenes with some cringe comedy that really doesn't work. This probably would have worked better if it was just leaning more in towards drama. It's an interesting potential idea, but it leans too heavily into some of those low-hanging fruit kind of comedy and ideas and cliches where you have a fresh idea and obviously a game cast because these two leads in Snow and Richardson deliver. But it feels a bit wasted. This film feels like a bit of a missed opportunity. But I think those out there who like a good raunchy rom-com might still get a decent amount out of it. It just didn't work for me humor-wise, but I do think there's some area for you to connect with these characters, even though they could be a little unlikable. But they grew on me throughout the film. But those are my thoughts on Hooking Up. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.